what the keys are to the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time. Welcome to the War Room, because this is our final mock draft. It's all been leading to this. This is what we think is going to happen. We're trying to make it. We're trying to do it. We're trying to do whatever we could.
I gotta limber up, man.
Oh yeah, you gotta be ready.
We got some serious moves to make. Listen, after Ant's mock draft in which he pulled some shenanigans, I was like, listen, I gotta get my A game going for this last one. When it's the two of us, you know, we were hoping Horst was gonna be here, and it's just not quite there yet. Got to get better, my dude. We got to get you here. We got to get you here Thursday. We got to get you here for the live stream. So hopefully that voice comes around. But I got to pick it up, because if Horst ain't here, I got some shoes to fill. Mm-hmm. You know, that man's clever. He's sneaky in those mock drafts. I think I'm ready. I think we can get this done. I'm excited to see what we pull off. I'm excited to see if anybody falls.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit excited. We messed around with PFF stuff just a little bit this time to give it a little more of a PFF feel, maybe a little bit more than a fan feel, to see what would happen, especially since there's all the reports coming out about offensive run players.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens with this. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least.
This is exciting mock draft. Very, very, very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised.
I think so as well. And before we get too far into this, do not forget to hit that like button right now. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're almost to draft day. We want you to be here with us. We want you to enjoy this content. We want us to we want you to tell us what we're doing. How are you liking it? Are you enjoying the things that we're doing? Are you enjoying the content we're putting out? At the end of the day, we enjoy it. We love doing what we're doing. But we want you to have a good time too. We want you to get in on the conversation. So make sure you get that going right now. Let us know how hyped you are for this. And Ant, it is time, my guy. It is time for us to be making our first pick, because we know there's going to be quarterbacks going here.
Yep.
We know we're going with a quarterback at 3. It's going to be interesting to see what guy's there.
Yeah, it was interesting to see what guy was there. And you know what we found out is that Trevor Lawrence went number 1.
He did.
Zach Wilson went number 2. So the decision was Justin Fields or Trey Lance. And you know what? We made our decision.
That's nice. I didn't know we had that in here, but
the pick is in.
Oh my Lord.
And with the third pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Listen, Ian Rappaport's coming out now and making comments and saying that it's between McCorkle and it's between Trey Lance. I don't buy it. The Niners don't leak.
Yeah.
They don't leak at all.
No.
Ian Rappaport was also the one saying he was convinced it was Mac Jones. Earlier, he said he knew it was going to be Mac Jones. He's been on the Mac Jones train since the start. He's tripling down, probably quadrupling down at this point, on McCorkle being the guy. I don't buy it. You don't buy it. If Trey Lance is there, he could be the pick potentially.
Right.
But right now, we're saying it's Justin Fields, and it's going to be Fields.
And we had a real good conversation about Fields or Lance. I mean, we did. We looked at it, examined it, and we just felt that we're a little more comfortable going with Justin Fields, because we think Kyle will be a little bit more comfortable going with Justin Fields.
I think so too. I think he checks all the boxes. He's worked with the quarterbacks coach that he knows, trusts, and coached.
Yeah.
So that guy's John Beck learned from him. And John Beck is able to impart the wisdom of Kyle Shanahan upon Justin Fields, which means it's one less thing for Kyle Shanahan to worry about. And that means during the offseason, he's working with a guy that Kyle Shanahan trusts on his off time. I don't see how this isn't a match made in heaven. It is. And if Zach Wilson ain't there and it's Justin Fields, this is the dude at 3. There's no way it's anyone else. Man, I like this pick.
I do too.
Whew. And now, special guest alert time. We got someone, we brought him in. We wanted him to make a special pick in the draft. We wanted to do a little bit more teams and a few more teams, but this guy reached out to us first from the Bolt Over the Pond podcast, here to make the pick for the Los Angeles Chargers. Mike, take it away.
Yo guys, Mike from Bolt Over the Pond here, coming at you from the UK. So in this mock draft at the number 13 spot, the Chargers go with the best offensive lineman left out there, Rashawn Slater, we add another weapon to this offensive line, and we go from having the worst offensive line last season to one of the best ones this year, giving our star quarterback Justin Herbert a fantastic opportunity this season to take us deep into the playoffs. If you guys want to see some more of my content, subscribe to my YouTube channel or go follow my Instagram, Bolt Over the Pond. And with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoy the draft.
Great selection. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Mike got himself a very good lineman for the Chargers.
Not only that, but as he just said, from one of the worst O-lines to potentially one of the better O-lines, getting some extra protection there for Mr. Herbert. And you like to see that.
Yeah, I appreciate Mike getting involved and giving us the pick. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate it. Let's get back going with ours now.
And you know what's funny is we sat here and we said, you know what? We're going to wait till 43. We're going to sit. We're going to wait. We're going to see what is available. And then all of a sudden we watched as we got to about 28, and there was a certain player that was not picked yet.
There was actually a handful of players that weren't picked. It wasn't just the guy that we're gonna move up to get right now.
Yeah.
It was Wyatt Davis. It was Walker Little. It was Elijah Vera Tucker.
Jason
Away. I mean, we were stunned at some of the names still on the board, and we were like, you know what? Let's do it right now.
Yep.
Let's come get this guy. There's going to be a run on talent right here. We're still going to be able to make a trade up, and if we can find a way to hold on to pick 43, we're going to be able to get the dude that we ended up selecting here at 35 and another great player right here at the spot. Dylan Radins was still on the board also.
Oh, yeah.
So we did it, boys and girls. We made a trade up in the 2021 NFL Draft. And with that trade, a lot comes with it. We traded up to 35 with the Atlanta Falcons, and we gave up only a 2023 second-round pick, I know, and pick 180, and we're able to come up, hold on to pick 43, which was great, because now you still have another second-round pick, and with that 35th pick overall, I don't even know.
Yeah.
On top of it, who did we take, Ant, with 35th?
With the 35th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Jalen Phillips, defensive end, University of Miami.
Cannot believe this guy was here.
I couldn't believe it.
We were sitting here in absolute disbelief. I scrolled up and down the PFF board like 3 times to make sure that we just skipped his name. I wanted to make sure we didn't miss this guy somewhere, and we didn't. He was all the way down here at 35. Man, what a steal.
Yeah, Ojulari was gone. Gregory Rousseau was gone. Kwity Paye was gone. And it was like, what? Why is Jalen Phillips still here? You know how I feel. Best pass rushing defensive end in this draft. Probably best pass rusher in general in this draft.
And you get him in the second round. You only give up a future second round pick,
yeah.
which I know some people, some of the chat right now, you're hating this. You don't like it. But hey, it was a future 2 years from now second round pick for an impact guy right now who could be the future replacement for D Ford. If D Ford is gone in a year or two, this guy is taking over. This guy is leading your edge rushing field with Nick Bosa. And who cares about that second round pick in 2 years? You already got your edge rusher of the future, and you get him right now. He gets to develop for 2 years and then be an every down starter essentially for you for the foreseeable future.
Take my second round pick. I'll take the top 15 talent any day of the week.
Any freaking
Twice
day.
On Sunday.
Holy cow. I mean, I was stunned by this, man. I couldn't believe this happened. And it doesn't get any crazier than that because we got to pick 43. And Wyatt Davis was still on the board.
He was.
And Walker Little was still on the board.
He was.
And Dylan Radins was still on the board.
He was.
And we were sitting there
and
going...
Elijah Molden.
And Elijah Molden still... We have 4 guys here who we like. We have 4 guys here that we could get. And you know what? We're greedy. We're greedy at this point. We just came up and got our edge rusher. We still have 3 linemen on the board here that we want at 43. We still got a corner prospect that we like, / safety prospect that we like on the board here. You know what? We're going to do it again. It's another trade. We're going back again, trading back from 43 to pick 53 with Tennessee. We're going to give up 43. We're going to give up pick 194. And with that, we got from Tennessee pick 53, pick 85, pick 100, and pick 126, folks. You heard that right. We got 3 picks in the top 100 and pick 126. We're sitting pretty. We're feeling pretty.
Yeah.
And then the unthinkable happens again. We get to 53, and only 2 of the guys are off the board there at 53.
Yeah.
Wyatt Davis went at 48, and Elijah Molden went just before us at 52. And we were sitting there and we're like, you know what? Can we do it one more time?
What if these guys are going to slide? They're already on the slide. Radins has slid. Walker Little has slid. It's like, man. And we still had in the rearview mirror that there was Aleem McNeil still sitting there. We had 3 guys that we liked.
Correct. I mean, we had tons of guys that we liked.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there like, you know what? Maybe we can do it one more time. Maybe we can be a little bit greedy here. It hasn't worked out for us in the past, but you know what? We're gonna give it a whirly dirl anyway. It's another trade back. And this time we go from pick 53. We trade back with Green Bay for pick 62, pick 92, and a 2022 fifth. We gave them our 53rd overall pick and pick 230. So we're sitting back pretty at 62. And you know what? We don't want to wait anymore, do we?
No. Now it's too much to wait. We were talking about this. We did not want to lose one of the guys that we were really targeting, and there was one that we've become more and more happy to get, and so we really targeted.
And Dylan Radins went literally 2 picks before this.
Yeah, he did. So we knew we had to do something, so we went ahead and we got our guy.
Oh my gosh.
And with the 62nd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Walker Little, offensive tackle from Stanford.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This guy stays healthy here. I mean, we picked up so much capital. It's a steal now at this point. It's an extra steal.
Yeah.
We just stole home, essentially, in baseball. We picked up so much extra capital. You got your left tackle of the future when Trent Williams retires. You can put this guy at right tackle. We're making the decision. McGlinchey's going to right guard. This guy's going to play right tackle for us. We're now set. Yeah, Daniel Brunskill sitting there behind. You got Justin Skule. You got Colton McKivitz who are just there in the backup. We got a solid little group there that's developing that we like. We got our front 5. We got a left tackle of the future for when Trent Williams goes. Man, this O-line just shaped up in a hurry.
And in our first 3 picks, we've got 3 guys with legit top 15 talent. We went ahead and got them. Injury concern for this guy, made him slide. Possibly concussion concern for Jalen Phillips, made him slide. And you know what? We're reaping all the benefits.
All of the benefits, and we're not done.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're not anywhere near done. We got enough capital now. We got some firepower to make. But you know what? We didn't want to give up too much of it because we want to see what we can do. And so we sat back for about a pick, and then Aleem McNeil didn't go.
Yeah.
At 63. And we sat one more pick, and at 64, he didn't go again. And we knew that within a few picks after that, he was probably going to go. Wasn't going to be to the Jacksonville Jaguars, but it was going to potentially go to one of these other teams that was coming up. You had the Arizona Cardinals coming up. You had the Rams coming up. He could end up somewhere in there. And we don't want that. We don't want any of our division rivals getting any of that nonsense. So Jacksonville, guess what? Here we come. We trade up to 65 with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we give them our pick 85 that we got from the Tennessee Titans in that whopping deal that we made, and we give them a 2022 7th-round pick, and they took it.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, thank you. That was our first offer. We were like, well, let's see what happens, and they took it, and we're like, oh, thank you.
They must have wanted to move off the spot.
You know, Urban really was like, I remember that guy. I had that interview with him. He's a good kid. You know, we're gonna pull the trigger.
Or it could have been the fact that Trent Baalke is targeting somebody that's injured at 80. You know,
at 85.
85.
There's also that too. Thanks, Trent. We appreciate your support here for San Francisco and your dying love for this franchise. And we got the guy we wanted to at 65, didn't we? Ed?
We did. With pick 65 of the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select defensive tackle Aleem McNeil from North Carolina State.
Oh, it's one of my favorite players in the whole draft. We get him at 60 freaking 5.
If you would have told me when we started this draft we were going to get Fields, Phillips, Little, and McNeil, I would have thought you were crazy.
Well, I also would have thought that we'd have given up all of our capital.
Yeah, like we'd have only got those 4 guys.
Exactly. But, I mean, the fact that when we got to 62 and we took Walker Little instead of Aleem McNeil, it hurt a little bit. But I was like, you know what? It is what it is. He's going to go probably at 63. And then he didn't. And then he didn't go at 64. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want this dude in Seattle. I don't want this dude in Los Angeles. Arizona still had a pick. Also after that, I was like, no, frick that. Ant, we're going to get this dude now.
Yeah.
And Ant was like, pull the trigger. Let's get it done. Thank you, Jacksonville. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really wanted this guy. I think that we can all agree that now the defensive line is absolutely impressive. Aleem McNeil, Jalen Phillips, we've added to this defensive line. Good luck, everyone else, stopping these guys.
And don't panic for you. How are they all going to get on the field? I mean, look, teams are figuring out the Bucs figured out a way to distribute the ball to all those offensive weapons. We're going to find a way to get all these guys in the field, mix and match, different passing downs, different situations. These guys are going to thrive, and they're going to be fresh.
Oh, gosh.
They're going to be so fresh when we get to playoffs.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to ride the hot hand on any given quarter, any given half of a game. Whichever guys are beating their matchups. I mean, you got guys with loads of different skill sets. You cannot prepare for this D-line now. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's completely deep. Now you've made it so the back end is even stronger and stronger. Guys that you thought were going to have to be key contributors are now impressive depth pieces. Kevin Givens is now an impressive depth piece because Aleem McNeil is going to push for that spot.
100% is. Man, this is impressive. And, man, we still got some crazy stuff coming up because
we got some good stuff.
We had an idea in mind of something we were going to do here in a few picks, but we got to our next selection, and, man, we'll be salivating.
We were, because a corner that we're always targeting was right there. And we knew we needed to go corner. We know we need to get a couple of corners because the 49ers still lack depth in that area. So we saw one, we targeted him, and he was sitting there waiting for us with one of the picks that we had traded and picked up.
Yep, we got that pick from the Green Bay Packers when we traded back from 53. And so right here at 92, we go and make our move for a guy who we think is one of the better corners in the draft.
We did.
And I think the pick's in.
It is. And with the 92nd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select cornerback Paulson Adebo from Stanford.
This is an A+ draft already. I don't even care. PFF, you can go screw yourself. You gave us like an A-. They gave us a C on like all of our trades. I was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. This is an A+. This is a home run at 92. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't care either.
I think this dude is going to be lights out. I think this dude is severely, severely underrated. I get the Richard Sherman vibes from him when I watch his film. Not saying that he is Richard Sherman, but
right.
Just in terms of the way he goes and attacks the ball, the fact that he used to play receiver, the fact that he comes down with anything in his vicinity whatsoever. He's not pigeonholed like Richard Sherman either. He's not just a strict cover 3 guy. And you know what, man? You pair this dude up with Jason Verrett, I feel real comfortable. But, you know, this isn't like any other mock draft that you've seen.
No, we're wheeling, we're dealing.
Well, we're dealing. Everyone, it's super mega major super duper trade alert.
Oh yeah, it was time to pick up the phone. We had been working on an angle to pick up somebody through trade that is not involved in this draft. We made the call, and we got it worked out, Alex, and we got a cornerback that we really wanted.
Not only did we get a quarterback that we really wanted, we did give up some capital in order to make it happen. We wanted to make sure they were compensated fairly for this man because this man is an all-pro corner in the league. And Mr. Belichick was happy to oblige, getting pick 100 and pick 172 for one Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Hoo.
Yep, we used draft capital that we had picked up and threw in one of our own picks, and they were more than happy to do it because they know he's in the last year of his contract, and they wanted to make sure they got something for him. That way they could strike, with pick 100 and then eventually pick 172.
And the irony here, at pick 100, they took Kelvin Joseph.
Yeah.
That was the funny part as well. So they selected him with pick 100, so they went and got a corner to replace, and they're going to do something there at 172, who knows what. But now you just grabbed Paulson Adebo. He doesn't have any pressure on him now.
No.
Now he's coming in and learning from 2 all-pro corners in Verrett and Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore, who's played and starred in Super Bowls, is going to mold this kid and get him ready. The future is bright in that San Francisco secondary. It's also young now, and there's not a lot of capital tied up in it.
It is very good. I mean, we've improved the front end. Now we just improved the back end. This defense is going to be so rough. I feel bad for anyone that has to play. It's not just the gold rush anymore because they're locking you down on the back end as well.
Yeah, and if the gold rush is struggling even a little bit, don't worry about it. Your secondary is going to cover your backside. So now there's not as much pressure on you to create the pass rush every single time.
Agreed.
Which you love to see. With this point, I mean, with everything that happened, the fact that Paulson Adebo usually goes right around that area, anywhere from the mid-80s to the mid-90s, somewhere in there. So the fact that we were able to get him at 92, we've really hit everything that we wanted to hit. We really didn't have a lot of other needs that we wanted to hit. We want to go tight end. We want to get wide receivers. We have the guys in mind that we wanted to target. And at 102, we knew we could go back a little ways and still get the tight end that we want. There were 2 left still on the board at that point. We still had Brevin Jordan available. We still had Tommy Tremble available. And so at 102, we traded back with Carolina. We gave them pick 102. We got 113 and a 2023 fourth round pick. That's right, another trade back.
Yeah, it's important for us to pick up some draft capital that we had lost through our earlier trades, and we were able to make it happen. We weren't going to stress about it because we were comfortable with getting Jalen Phillips and Aleem McNeil and making the moves that we made. But whenever you have an opportunity where you still feel comfortable, you can get a guy, go ahead and trade back and just see what you can do. And we got a nice little, a little bit of capital.
A little bit of capital, you get a fourth round pick in 2023 in a few years down the road. I know that's a little ways away. It's not the same as the second we gave up a few years down the road, but now you got 2 fourths in that draft. If you really want to move up because there's someone you love, you can. Or if it's a deep draft with a lot of talent, you can hopefully sit tight there in the 4th round and pick up a couple sleepers and a couple steals. But as you can tell, we're going all in. We're going all in on this draft. We want this team to win a Super Bowl today, son, not tomorrow, not next year, right now. And at pick 113, we got the tight end that we wanted.
Yeah, we did. With pick 113 in the 2021 NFL Draft.
Yes.
San Francisco 49ers select tight end Tommy Tremble from Notre Dame.
Goodbye, Ross Dwelley. Hello, Super Bowl title. No, Ross Dwelley would now be the 3rd tight end. And if Ross Dwelley is your 3rd tight end, this is a great sign for San Francisco.
Yeah.
This guy is a great, phenomenal blocking tight end. If something happens to George Kittle, you don't have to worry about the blocking in the run game suffering a whole heck of a lot. Maybe it'll suffer a little bit as he picks up the scheme and learns the system. But once this guy is fully 100% up to speed with the playbook, not a big drop-off in the run game, and he's got a lot of room to grow and develop as a pass catcher, which means in the red zone, this team's in trouble if you got those 2 on the field, Kittle and Tremble, with a guy like Jalen Hurd.
Yeah, love it. The blocking is going to be fantastic. Him next to Kittle is going to be fun to watch. And then to see the development that he gets in the passing game, able to change his routes and get better. Once again, another area where we could improve, so we went ahead and took advantage of it and did it.
That's true. That's true. And then we're going to sit tight with our 117th pick because we wanted to make sure that we got one of the wide receivers, at least one of the ones that we were targeting. And boy, did we ever.
Yeah, we did. With pick 117 in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select wide receiver Amari Rodgers from Clemson.
Great pickup, great slot addition, can do a lot of different things. If Ayuk or Debo goes down, you have a guy who can fill that role, and you're not going to maybe lose a whole lot. Yes, he doesn't do it the same way as the other 2 guys do it, but he does it in his own unique way. He does have some speed, very good in space as well with the intermediate routes, which Jimmy Garoppolo, you know how much he loves the those intermediate routes.
Yeah, it's somebody that they could really build with. The stature and the way that he plays lends itself to what Shanahan likes to do. Shanahan will have a certain niche that he's going to use this guy for, a certain game plan. He kind of uses these guys, all positionless, and Amari Rodgers fits into that role. Yeah, this is why we had to get him there. A lot of people don't know is actually there were other receivers that we liked that went right before him. So that's why we didn't waste any time. We didn't worry about going back. We wanted to make sure we nailed our guy before we lost him. Other guys had kind of been snake bitten and going. The athletes, the skilled players were going early on, and the bigger guys were kind of falling. So we knew we had to get him.
100%. You had to go grab this guy right away. Make sure that you get him. And then we had 2 picks left, and we only had one guy that we were really targeting. We were very comfortable about where roughly we could get him. We had a pick at 126 that we had gotten in a trade from Tennessee. We still had pick 155 left. That was our own pick. We knew we could get this guy at 155, so 126 was just really there. We could take a guy if we wanted to. We already grabbed enough talent early that we felt like we didn't really need to get anything, and this was an area we could recoup something that we had lost. We're not going to recoup all of it. We're not going to get a 2nd round pick for pick 126, but we could get something, and we did. The Eagles That's right. Hold on. Before we even tell you, it is a trade back alert. We know how much you like the graphic. I don't want to deprive you. All right.
Yeah.
And so now that we have not deprived you, we trade back with the Eagles. They come up to 126. They also keep their pick 150, so they're very happy about that. But it does cost them a little bit. They have to give us a round 2022 fourth and they have to give us a 2022 fourth round pick and a 2022 sixth round pick. So now we've picked up a fourth in 2022, a fourth in 2023, and a sixth round pick in 2022. So, I mean, you've recouped a lot of draft capital. We've also picked up a 2022 fifth earlier from Green Bay. That's a nice middle round package in 2022. You got some three new picks as well that you didn't have before. And now we're sitting pretty at 155, waiting for our guy who we know is going to be there.
And, once we pick someone at 155, with the addition of Gilmore and then these picks, we're adding 9 players to the roster. We came in with 9 picks, and we're going to end up with 9 selections, or 9 players, but not 9 selections. But we don't really want to take more than that. There's not enough room on this roster. This roster is so deep, so we needed to go in there and not add too much. So it only made sense to trade back, see what was available, and then get the draft capital that was available to, help ourselves and enhance future drafts. So we went ahead and took advantage of it. I'm not as big on trading back for future capital, but this was too good of a deal to pass up, so we went ahead and did it.
100% did, and now the pick is in.
With pick 155 of the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Shi Smith, wide receiver, South Carolina.
Love him to death. We got the South Carolina tag team back together, Debo and Shi in San Francisco now, doing their thing for Kyle Shanahan. This is a great little matchup here. This is a great number 3 option for San Francisco, especially if Amari Rodgers is a guy who's pigeonholed into a specific role and niche and is only playing situationally. Shi Smith can be a guy on the field if something happens to a Debo Samuel. You can put down, if something happens to Ayuk, you can put him out there, get downfield, stretch the field, knows how to go up and get the ball in space, especially if something happens to a Jalen Hurd, which God forbid, please no.
Yeah.
This guy is not going to have a whole lot of pressure on him if everyone's healthy. He's going to have time to sit, he's going to have time to develop, and he's going to have time to shine, which is what we want here at 155.
Yeah, 100%. This guy can make an impact. I mean, he really can. The athleticism is off the charts. A lot of people are going to see him catch the ball running, and he's never going to slow down. I mean, they're going to be like, hey, where did this guy come from? Because he's going to go right between safeties and stuff. This guy's impressive. He can do all the fly sweep motions and stuff that we need. He can do anything that Kyle Shanahan wants him to do. He also plays bigger than he is. He'll get up and make contested catches. 100% one of my favorite guys. And I think that this is a great value at 155. I know we probably could have got him later, but you don't wait when you can strike on a guy that's going to fit the system and that you ultimately really like. So I'm glad we went ahead and got him, didn't wait.
No, and this is a reach here. It absolutely is 100% a reach.
Only in their eyes. It's not a reach in my eyes.
It's not a reach it's a reach in terms of like where he's projected to go and where we take him. Right?
Yeah.
It's a reach in that sense. The literal sense, it's a reach. But it's not a reach because of everything else that we've already gotten.
Yeah.
At this point, you're just trying to get the most that you can, the bang for your buck, and make sure you get the guy that you want. We get the guy that we want. We already traded back and got future capital. We've done that multiple times. We've taken care of that. We shored it up. Yes, we've lost a 2023 second round pick, but you got a guy in Jalen Phillips that could potentially be one of the best pass rushers in the draft. And if this dude pans out there in the second round, you don't care about that pick 2 years from now. That pick means absolutely nothing.
No, I mean, just listen to our rundown. We got Fields, Jalen Phillips, Walker Little, Aleem McNeil, Stephon Gilmore, Paulson Adebo, Tommy Tremble, Amari Rodgers, and Shi Smith.
That is a nice one. Matter of fact, let's throw it up here next to us so y'all can see it. I mean, it's everything you needed. I mean, it's when we came into this, there's no way I thought this was happening.
No.
I knew we were going to try and make the deal for Stephon Gilmore.
Right.
Great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You're hoping to get Paulson Adebo to match up with him
Right.
and pair up with him. That's great. No way did I think Aleem McNeil was going to fall to where he did. There's no way I thought Walker Little was going to fall to where he did. I mean, there was no way to know Jalen Phillips was going to come into the second round. We had talked about this earlier in the week about if Aleem McNeil fell. We talked about this in our big board episode. There's no way we thought all of them were going to fall. Walker Little was going to fall where he fell.
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips falls into the second round. Aleem McNeil falls into the third. I mean, my goodness gracious me. It was literally Christmas in May. It was Christmas in May,
Yeah.
and we were just, kids opening up Christmas presents and then like trading them around for the best gifts in the house.
I think that every year you're shocked by the people that slide in the draft. And we were shocked. We talked after we picked Fields, and we talked and we said, are we coming up to get someone? And we both said, no, we're not going to come up to get someone. We'll watch to see who slides.
And we'll trade back,
and
most likely.
Well, more likely we plan on trading back if there's a good offer. And we're sitting there, and he's just there. You know what I mean? And the fact that Jalen Phillips was there was just too hard to pass up. You're not gonna miss on this guy in the second round. He's a first-round talent, and the fact that he was there, I rarely see him there. But the fact that he was there, 100%, we had to go get him. And this guy is crazy skilled.
The only thing that would have made this draft better if Zach Wilson fell to 3. That's the only thing that would have made this draft better is if that had happened. It didn't. We're happy with Fields, though. I mean, we feel he's the next best guy if Wilson's not there. And not only that, but you get Jalen Phillips, you get your edge rusher of the future. You grab Walker Little, your left tackle of the future. You grab Aleem McNeil. So now there's not as much pressure on Kinlaw on passing downs. He has more time to develop. He doesn't have to play 90% of your freaking snaps.
Right.
I mean, we just did so much for this team in our first 4 picks that if this happened on actual draft day and the Niners still had picks to make afterwards, I would be stunned.
Yeah, I think even just looking at this, just the first 5 guys we got. I mean, when you look at it, it would be a ridiculous draft just to get those 5 guys.
It's an A.
Yeah.
You walked out of it. John Lynch is GM of the year, and the season hasn't even started.
I mean, you walked away with legit starters on offense and defense, and guys that are not only going to help your team right now, which is important, but also 4 and 5 years down the road.
And 49ers fans who are down on Shanahan, you should want this kind of draft to happen. Because if it does, he's on the hot seat if they don't pull it out this year.
Yeah.
If they blow another one, his butt is on fire because this is too much firepower for anyone to handle. This team would have to get it done. As it's constituted with this draft that we put together, this team needs to go get a W in the Super Bowl.
I think what's interesting is we drafted guys that we like, that you've seen us draft in other mock drafts, and we drafted guys that we've never drafted in other mock drafts. We basically have evolved and grown as the 49ers have made moves to try to emulate what they're going to do. We're not saying this is exactly what they're going to do, but this is our educated guess.
This is an educated guess, and this is an educated guess if exactly what is being reported is going to happen, in which you're going to have a run on talented skill position offensive weapons early in the draft. You're going to get a lot of talented first-round talent players who are going to fall because teams are going to reach, and if they reach, we are going to reap all of the benefits. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
100%. I think this was a fantastic draft. It was fun to do, and it was exciting to go through because all the excitement when you see guys fall and just the how, no way these guys should fall. We kind of stuck to what we knew was true and the players that we wanted to get, and we went ahead and did it.
Yep. We're going to ride or die with the guys that we've been plugging on this channel. We've been watching a lot of film. These are the guys who have stuck out. We're not going to be right on all of them.
Nope.
We may not even be right on any of them, but that's the mystery. That's the mystery of the draft.
We're not missing on all of them.
We won't miss on all of them. That would be really hard to do. But here's the thing. That's the mystery of the draft. Right? It's not a science. It is an educated guess. All you can do is watch the film, look at the things, take what you know about the game and apply it to individual players. If it fits, it should work. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Every player, every situation is different, but it's a whole heck of a lot of fun to do. It's been fun chatting it all up with you all. I mean, this has been great.
Yeah, thanks for watching our final mock draft. We still have more content coming out, this week, and so check it out leading up to draft day when we get to do our live streaming at 5 p.m. You need to be here Thursday at 5 p.m. so that way you can make sure that you can have all the conversation with us because it's going to be so much fun. We're going to go back and forth and we're going to have a good time.
It is literally tomorrow, folks. It is literally here. We've been waiting. We've been grinding. The time is now. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Join this channel. Help us get over 750. Help us get closer to 1K. We're going to have a big celebration party when we do. We're going to have a big celebration party tomorrow because no matter what, the Niners are going to get the quarterback of the future. And hopefully some guys are going to fall. Some deals are going to get made. And this 49ers roster is going to be set for the future. The sky is the limit. Lynch and Shanahan, we're all counting on you. Get it done, folks. Get it done. Let us know what you thought about the mock draft down below right now. Spam that chat. Like the video. already said subscribe, so hit that notification bell. That way you're notified. Set a reminder for tomorrow. Find tomorrow's mock draft. Hit that set a reminder button. That way you're here right when it starts. And until tomorrow, 49ers fans, you stay safe.
And remember, the right way is always the 49ers way.
And trading up for Jalen Phillips at 35.
Go Niners!